Yes, Hafiz, what can you report from the fire situation that's happening?
So the fire is still raging. This is the central business district of the Kumasi metropolis, Adum to be precise. And we understand the fire started from one of the buildings here, where we understand some electrical gadgets are sold. And it has been spreading to the container shops you see behind that particular building. And it is getting into the other building here. And because of the combustibles that are in the container shops or the makeshift structures that have been put by some individuals here, the fire is being ignited. And from where I stand, you could hear explosions and blast because there are gas cylinders inside the area where the fire is currently burning. Fire officers are having a hectic time trying to control this incident because access is a major issue. They are not getting access to the place. We have about 6 fire tenders that have come so far from different fire stations within the Kumasi metropolis and parts of the Ashanti region. And that is what you find when you come here. People who are coming in, hearing the fire for the first time and their shops are closed, they are now going to salvage their wares. As you can see, this is where you have second-hand clothing that are sold here, and we have other shops where we have seamstresses and other people, dressmakers who work here, and we have people who do some kind of cosmetic shops here around the makeshift structures here. We have people who also repair watches and all that. So people who have stored or saved their goods and wares at these makeshift structures are coming in and taking them, salvaging them from the place so that it will not be caught. So you see in the pictures, you are seeing people trying to salvage their wares, trying to evacuate them to another location. A lot of people who are victims of this fire are looking so helpless. They cannot do anything about the fire. The fire officers themselves are having a hectic time, like I said, trying to access some key points to be able to bring the situation under control. But the fire is still raging. People are here, onlookers, bystanders, and passers-by, trying to console with the victims. But you see some of them looking so devastated, cannot hold back their tears because they can't just imagine seeing all their investment going down. So that is what you find here at the Central Business District, Adum. So the fire is raging. For now, we don't know the cause of the fire, but we understand it started from one of the shops. And because of the combustibles, you find gas cylinders. People also live here, so they have, or even shop owners who also have their gas cylinders at this particular makeshift structures where they cook and all that. They are not able to take anything from the incident scene where the fire is still raging. So fire officers are still managing to douse the flames. They are bringing in more fire tenders, trying to find access routes. And because of the nature of this area, you find out that the containers, the makeshift structures have been blocked. They have blocked all the access routes. They have blocked all the access routes, and you are not finding any space for the fire officers to be able to access the exact point where the fire is still spreading. So now it's engulfing the other building, and people are being brave, going to their shops. Some of them are breaking into the shop because some shop owners are not there and they can't have the keys to some of these shops. So they are trying to break in to evacuate all the wares from the place and keep it at a safe place. But that is what you find here when you come here. It's devastating for people who are having their were affected. So this particular area is a very popular area because it's a major trading hub where you have a number of people trading in different items and also engaging in different trading activities. And this is where you have the Hello FM, the popular Hello FM building. It's just close to where the fire is raging, and there are fears it could spread to that building too. But the challenge is that access for the fire officers to be able to get to the point where the fire is raging. And because we have the makeshift structures, we have wooden structures as well as the metal containers and the kind of combustibles that are in the structures, it's very difficult, and it's making the fire spread so fast and getting into other structures and getting into another building. So that is the major building there you see where a number of shops is a two-story building. A number of shops have been occupied there, and the fire has engulfed that building also, and it's not an easy sight to see, David.
Yeah. So Hafiz, the question that comes to mind is the fire tenders. You mentioned there are 6 of them that are on the ground at the moment. How far apart are the fire stations from from Adum, and is there a possibility of calling in more fire tenders, considering the size of this inferno that we are looking at? And then would that even impact much, if you're putting into context the accessibility? Because if you bring the fire tenders, the question is that will they even have access to deal with the fire?
So the closest fire station is the Kejetia. Because of the nature of the market,
yes,
there was a fire station designated for that, a specialized fire station.
Yes.
That is the closest. And then you have the Menshia fire station, you have the KMA fire station, and you have the Kofanoti fire station.
Okay.
So this is a coordinated effort by the Ghana National Fire Service trying to bring all the fire stations on board. So we have personnel from all these fire stations coming together. But like I said, even the fire tenders are here. The major issue for the fire officers is access, where some of the fire tenders will be positioned a very strategic location to be positioned so they can douse this inferno, this raging inferno. And David, this is getting more serious because more structures have been engulfed and more buildings have been engulfed. And because of the nature of the place, it's a kind of congested area where even walking through on a normal day is very difficult for the trader or people who are coming to have their services, have some services here. So you see what some people are doing, trying to open up this area and bring some wares. Everyone is each one for himself, like I would say, better put, each one for himself. People are trying to salvage their wares from their shops, their various shops, so that the fire doesn't reach there. But the access is a major situation or a major challenge for fire officers here. So you have the Menshia fire coming in, the Konfanoti fire station coming in, the personnel coming in with fire tenders, the KJTR fire coming in, the KMA fire coming in, the regional fire command coming in, and the kind of coordinated efforts trying to bring down this inferno. But a big challenge for them is how to access the major point where the fire is raging. And there are fears if there's no access by the fire officers. We are expecting a big disaster today because people are just looking on, seeing their property just go down, and they are not having anything to do about it, and they cannot do anything about it. There is a thick smoke that is billowing in the air, you stand from afar. Areas like from stadium to Adum, you can see this thick smoke that is covering the sky, and that is telling you while at the office, our office at Asqua, you could see this thick smoke billowing from the area, and one couldn't imagine where the smoke was coming from until we made our checks to find out it was this fire that continues to devastate properties of individuals, traders here at the Central Business District. And because of the busy and congested nature of this place, you find a number of trading activities here. People are not able to salvage. Some of them are not able to salvage some of their wares. Others who are lucky have been able to salvage their wares. As you can see in pictures, people have brought in vehicles trying to evacuate these wares to a very safe location